Plug in some attitude with Sound Toys.
Okay, so we're here with Tommy at the M8 Dirtywave M8 stand. How's it going, man?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good. Yeah, our audience are really big fans of the M8. So yeah, what have you got to show us this year?
Well, this is our new Model 2 of the M8 tracker, which is a 8-channel portable handheld music device. Our old model, which we had, I think we did a video 2 years ago, is pretty great, but there's some things that were suggested by users that we decided to implement, such as, we had USB micro on the old unit. People requested a bigger battery and a larger display, and that's what we have here. So USB-C audio, stereo audio in and out, TRS MIDI in and out, 4 times battery size, 3.5-inch display instead of the old 2.8.
Wow, yeah, that is a significant
built-in microphone as well.
Seeing them side by side, that is a significant bit of real estate for the screen now.
Yeah, the cool thing about the new version is it's completely compatible with the old firmware, so this still enables us to support the old hardware. So if you don't need those new features, any new updates that'll be coming to the Model 2 will be applied to Model 1.
Oh, that's really good, man. And you have it like HDMI'd out to an external monitor?
No, it's USB. So both Model 1 and Model 2 support USB audio, USB MIDI, and a remote display. Normally you could use like a web browser, Google, or Chrome. Go to m8.run and you could have a remote display. So what we have here is a Raspberry Pi.
Oh, fantastic.
Just for demonstration purposes.
And in terms of features, has there been any new features that have come on board since we last spoke to you?
Yeah, a ton. And the thing is it's really hard to, in such a short video, it's really hard to go over all the new features. But last time we had 2 envelopes and 2 LFOs per instrument, and now there are just 4 generic modulation slots, which could be LFOs or envelopes or drum envelope, which is a different type of shape, as well as different type of trigger events for it.
Nice, man.
There's a new synthesis engine called Hyper Synth, which is basically a swarm synth, 13 oscillator swarm synth, and it allows to do chords and that kind of stuff. We have an external instrument mode where it'll send MIDI out. Audio will come back in either stereo or split. So if you have 2 different instruments plugged in, you could have one hard pan left, one right, and be able to feed that through the filter and the amplifier stages and treat it like it's an internal synthesizer.
Great, great. And it's got built-in effects as well. You have effects on board.
Yeah, it's got the typical sends for chorus, delay, and reverb that are down here at the bottom.
Nice. And what sort of battery life? What sort of battery life do you get out of it?
So the old model is, we say up to 4 hours. The new model, we say at least 12. So it's a significant battery. The other hardware upgrade with the Model 2 is it's fully aluminum, machined aluminum enclosed. The old model, the top is kind of a coated PCB, and the new one's just fully aluminum. So it's a pretty weighty machine, but it feels
beautiful.
really nice and solid.
Yeah, it looks incredible.
Yeah, it's basically just going all out and making the best thing I could possibly make within the given constraints. So
great. And how much are these going to retail for when they're out?
$650 US dollars. Yeah.
Mhm. And you've got SD card. You've got SD card support as well. How many gigabytes can you store on one SD card with the unit?
It comes standard with 64 gigabyte card. I've used up to 512 gigabytes, no problem. Because everything's streaming off the SD card, We're really particular about what SD cards work best for the M8. But it enables really cool stuff, like there's no loading screens of samples, there's no sample length limitation. Project files instantly load. In fact, if you're playing a song and load up a different song, it'll actually do a queued load and instantly start playing the next song.
That's brilliant. That's such a great feature, because that's always when people are playing live, the transition from one song to another.
I think there's certain, for me personally, there's certain targets you need for hardware, and that is, it needs to be able to instantly turn on and off. It needs to have near zero or no latency at all, no perceivable latency, and it needs to not have loading progress bars or any of that stuff, basically stripping away the kind of fundamental frustrations with using a computer.
Yeah, man. And how about, just one more question about using two of these together? Like if I had one of these and a friend had one of these, how do two units interact together?
Really well. You could either use MIDI, obviously, or just play it by ear, essentially. But yeah, if I have two M8s hooked up via MIDI, I could basically, at any given point in time, choose which one is basically the sending device for sync and transport, and which one's receiving. And you could actually, because of that quick song load, you could actually kind of treat these like two decks. And while this one's playing, load up the next song on the other one, you know.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, these look fantastic. Thank you very much for showing us today, and enjoy the rest of the show.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.